Hi, my name's Denise McCabe and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator on the Central Coast of New South Wales, and this is my Facebook Live on a Wednesday evening. I shall try and find you over here on my laptop, so just bear with me a moment because then I can see comments. My name's Denise McCabe. Oops. No, that's not what I want to do. Just bear with me. I've got to click it a certain way to sort of see the comments, so just bear with me a minute and I will try and find that. I can't wait till I can get my OBS working again. No, that's not working. Why can't I do it the way I want it? Ah, there we go. No, that's it. Got it. Woohoo! So, thanks for joining me tonight. I hope everyone's well. And we're halfway through the working week, so Wednesday's a good night to do a bit of crafting. So, we all know about the last chance product list that's going at the moment. Some things have sold out. And also the clearance rack was updated as well Thursday, the 1st of November. So make sure you have a look at those and keep up with all the sales. I'm pretty sure now, if you order now, you probably won't get things before Christmas. That's what they're saying. I think you're still probably in with a chance, but only just. So, but if you have a crafty friend or a crafty relative that would like a gift certificate, I've got these. I'm just going to try and work out how to get it so that you can see them. I've got these gift certificates that I can send out to you. I can stamp or sign the bottom of it. So that's always a good option for a gift for a crafty friend or relative. I won't try and put that back in there because that won't go well for me. So let's do that. So, hi Lynn, how are you? Thanks for watching. So we're going to do a Christmas card. I know. I'm almost done with Christmas cards. I really am. But this one's got a little bit of a twist. And as a demonstrator, we get these emails each week called Succeed Weekly. And sometimes I just quickly flick through them and have a look. But this week's caught my eye, and I wanted to try and show you the technique that they had in it. So this is a card I've made, and it's really quite easy. So there's a bit of ink on the embossing folder, and yeah, so I thought I'd recreate this card, but in different colors. So let's put my phone up into the holder and hope and pray I don't drop the phone. So just bear with me a minute. There we go. I've got to bring out my stand a little bit too. Shook me foot. This is why I want to perfect this OBS and switching and everything. But anyway, we will get there sometime in the new year. Thanks, Lynn. That's nice of you. I still sound a bit croaky. But anyway, I'll get there. So you'll see all these little diamonds here. I was making a whole lot of Christmas crackers. So I've got a whole lot ready to go. Have to use your days wisely when you're off work. So I've made a whole bundle of them. So that's what all those little diamonds are. I don't know whether I'm game enough to sit and make cards with the diamonds, all of those, but you never know. Maybe I will. Okay, so this is the card we're going to recreate, but in different colours. So as you can see, it's got the Fern embossing folder in the background, and I applied ink to the embossing folder. Now, I have done this before, but I have only ever applied it with the ink pad. But on the Succeed Weekly email that demonstrators get, they told us to do it with blending brushes. And I thought, oh, that's a clever idea. So I did that. So that's how it turns out, which is quite nice effect. This is also, what else did I use? I used the split card dies and the layering circle dies and stylish shapes. So I've used a few things on this, and the natural prints dies. I just used a few of those. So I've left some die cutting and the embossing to be done, but I have pre-cut a few things already. So we don't need the stitch circles, we do need these and the embossing folder. So let's get our die machine. What shall we do first? Okay, so we'll put that there. So I'm going to do it in the two new in colours. Well, they're not so new now, really. Halfway through the year, the Stampin' Up year. I'm going to use Starry Sky for my background, and I haven't cut that right. Yes, I have. I have cut that right. And let's hope I don't do it back to front, you know, backwards, like I did whenever it was, Friday. No, was it Friday or my Makeup Monday? I don't know. It was a bit of a mess, really. So I have got this one, but I think, see, this is one that's going to be in the embossing folder. Hi, Joan. How are you? Thanks for joining. That one's going to go through the embossing folder. So I have got that die, but I thought I'd do that one again. So we'll have a little think about that. And I've got this scrap to do these leaves. And I've already pre-cut my circles out, a vellum circle, and this one's a slightly bigger circle than this one. See, I have a bag of circles. And when I cut circles out, or, you know, so I just sort of go through my bag to find a circle I need. So that one was the stylish shapes, I think. But that's okay. We can work with that. So I've got that one. And so I'm just thinking I will die cut another one of these out because I think it looks nicer with the ferns, and I want to use a couple of these. So let's get ink out. So I want Starry Sky. That's good. I'm just getting over a cold and I'm still sounding a bit croaky, but I've had most of this week off work. Well, I've had all this week off work. I go back tomorrow because my co-worker is actually going on a cruise on Friday. So I really have to go back tomorrow and try and catch up with everything. So she's going on a cruise on Friday of the South Pacific. And it's a cruise credit she had from April 2020 when she was going to go away, but COVID hit and everything went into lockdown. And so she could only get a credit for a cruise that she was going to do in Europe. They wouldn't refund her the money. They would only give her a cruise credit. So, and she had to use the cruise credit by the end of this year. Otherwise, she would have lost the money. So, yeah, so she's going tomorrow for, I think she's back on the 22nd, so just before Christmas. Anyway, so I'll put my die there, and I'll put my other pieces of card over here, and I will get my scrap paper out so I can ink up. Now, I'm going to ink up the side of the embossing folder that says that's got the Stampin' Up logo on it. That's the side we're going to ink up. So I shall get, I know the Starry Sky's blue, but I'm going to go with the purple brush because Orchid Oasis is purple, I feel. And you just really ink up your blending brush. And on the one that's got the Stampin' Up logo, you just apply the ink to the embossing folder. So I'm just sort of going to go random and apply quite a bit of ink. So that's the Orchid Oasis. And this is Starry Sky. And I've done the lighter one first because just saved me cleaning my blending brush. So this sort of looks like a bit of a hot mess at the moment, but let's see what it turns out with. Like this one, this practice one I did was in Pear Pizzazz and Old Olive, and it turned out quite nice. Couldn't really see the difference in the two colours, but that's okay. So I'll put that away and I shall close this up. Now I shall get my emboss machine out. So I'll move that to one side. Don't want any mishaps. And it's a 3D embossing folder, so we shall get the base plate and the number 4 plate. Okay, so I shall get my piece of cardstock and just put it in the embossing folder. Oh, I can hear it's raining outside. And I shall put that down. And then we just run it through the embossing machine. And see, it is paler down here and darker up the top, but that's what it comes out looking like. It's really quite subtle, but it's really nice. And the way you get the rest of the ink off your embossing folder, just run it under a tap. That's the easiest way. You can wipe it with a tissue or a wet one, but I find it easier just to go and run it under the tap. So while we've got our emboss machine out, I will grab my other plates and I'll probably put something on top of it. I have the ink pads. That's what I've put on top. And I shall get my split die and move that over there. And I'm just wondering if I'll be clever enough. I'm going to stick it down so it won't move on me. If I've got enough room. No, look, I'm going to do it 2 runs. 2 runs through. So I'll put my top plate on and I'll just run that through. And because it's a detailed die, I do actually tend to run it back. Just wind it back through. And there we have a mess. See if I can put them all into my hand. I do need to vacuum in my craft room, so maybe that's something I can do. Not tomorrow, but the next day. Okay, so we've got that. I'll pop the rest of that out in a minute. And we're going to get a couple of dies from the Natural Prints dies. So that's embossing folder, and these dies are all from one suite. So I'm just going to do a few of these little dies. just for a bit of detail. And then we can get rid of the cut emboss machine. I only have to wind that one through once because these ones aren't quite as detailed. Oops. I'll just get them off my plate's getting very crazed. I need to probably get a new plate. So let me just, it's in the shadow there because my light's on the other side of the desk. So I shall pop this away and then we can keep going. Okay, so that's rubbish now. So let me bring in my card base and all my bits and pieces, my circles. Now I'm just going to get my little die brush to get the rest of these ones out. There we go. Pretty good. And then I'm going to get my paper snips. I just think this one looks a bit too regimented. I like the one that's a little bit more sort of, I don't suppose it's flowery, but for want of a better word, I shall say flowery. So now I'm just going to fussy cut around this die to cut it so we can use it. These dies are really interesting to use and I quite like them. I've got to start using them more. I probably will now that the focus is coming off Christmas. Well, it's not really. It's just coming on to Christmas, but all the card making is sort of coming off Christmas pretty much in the next week or so. Because if you haven't got your Christmas cards done by the next couple of weeks, it's all over, Red Rover. I posted some cards out yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Yes, I think it was yesterday. I walked up the road with my little dog and I figured I could manage that. And we posted off some cards. I just think that one looks nicer than the latticey one on this particular card. I will use the lattice for another card. So let's just start putting this all together. So this is a little bit more, it's not a beginner card or a cat, you know, it's more of a avid, I suppose, or a casual crafter. You need the die cutting machine for this card. So I suppose avid would be more of the, you've got a few more supplies and you're sort of into it well and truly. But I just thought it was an interesting technique because, as I said, I've only ever applied ink to the embossing folders with the stamp ink pad by going like that on the embossing folder. So this is not quite as heavy-handed, but you still get a lovely effect. And I'm a bit of a blue person. I do like my blues. So I got a Stampin' Up order today and it was vanilla and crumb cake cardstock and vanilla envelopes. And my daughter was here when it arrived and she said, "So what you going to do with that, Mum?" And I said, "That is for your wedding invitation, sweetheart." She said, "Oh, of course." So together with my husband, we've managed to put the wedding invitations, sort them all out, worked out what we're doing. So I could do this one this way. Maybe, maybe we'll turn around a little bit and, you know, be a little bit different. So yeah, my husband's done all the wording on Corel Draw on his computer. And I'm just going to do you know what, that's got sticky on that side, so I'm just going to turn it over so I'm not getting stuck down. I'm just going to do minimal stamping, but the cardstock, the ribbon, the pearls, and everything else is all Stampin' Up. So we went for a simplified version, and Olivia, our daughter, approved of it. So that's good. So that's my job this weekend, is to get started on those. I might do it this way round. This is just a bit different, isn't it? And I don't want any dramas with my card making tonight. Not after my last attempt where I made my card back to front. I still haven't fixed that card, but I will. Okay, so now I've got my vellum circle and I've got my stitched circle. So with the inspired thoughts, I use this piece Joy Love, but you know what? I could probably fit this one on, and it's just a bit different. Just a bit of a different kind of Christmas card. Wishing you all the beautiful gifts of Christmas. That's quite nice, isn't it? So let me get my Starry Sky back in. It's just like a non-traditional Christmas card. Okay. Let me grab my... Yep, that stamps nicely. So, and it doesn't matter where you put it on a circle because it's never going to be crooked, because you just have to twist it round. That is a bonus, I say. Okay. So I shall put that away, and I'm just going to do that, because sometimes I find with these darker colours they can be a little bit troublesome. So I am going to get my snail and attach that to the vellum like so. And I shall get my dimensionals, which are just the offcuts, or the, you know, the scraps around the edges. That's what I'm trying to say. There we go. Now, before I do anything else, I don't think I've got any... Oh, yes, I do. I've got some gold twine here. And I'm going to put a little bit of snail in here, so I can stick my gold twine down. There's not much left on this. So this is a slightly bigger circle, so this is going to be interesting to see if I can wangle this. Come on, work with me, please. And if I can't get it to work for me, I will do this option. But I've got to make sure it can... No, that's not going to work. I've got to make sure it's going to stick outside the... You know what? Let's get some tape. It can stick outside the... Sometimes these artistic-y things don't always go to plan for me. So let's just... Oops. Honestly, I swear I'm not this klutzy when I do card making by myself. I really am looking klutzier every time I try to do a video, and I don't know why. It's just not my thing. It's just not working for me. Okay, let's go back around and go back around, and let's just call it quits with that. And I might put a little bit of tape over the top so I don't get into a tangle, and I'll snip that off. There we go. That will do, and that's the artistic look. Just getting the backs of the dimensionals off. There we go. And we shall put that straight down there. And then we'll get some glue dots for our little, get off, our little bit of leaf, a foliage. That's the word I'm looking for. And then you just poke that underneath. Now the one in the email that we got from Stamping Up was a more floral embossing folder, but I didn't have anything floral. I think I need to fix that. I think that could be on the next order because that looked really pretty. But I thought, well, let's just try this and see what happens. And it turned out quite nice, I thought. Should I do this one? Down here as well. Why not? And then this one can be up the top. So once again, every card is different that you make. How cool. I might have to put another little one underneath that. And then I've got these lovely swirly gold embellishments. It's a little bit of sticky. Oh. There we go. Okay, so we might do one here. Or maybe we'll do it here. And then one up here. And then let's do it up there. These little swirls are from the Fitting Florets Sweet Collection that's available at the moment. And as far as earlier today, none of that had sold out. So if you want any of the embellishments or paper or anything like that, I'm just sticking those down because they're flipping around a bit and they could get caught up. And there we go. How about that for a non-traditional Christmas card? I think that looks pretty cute. Thanks, Joan. I think they're just really interesting cards, and it's just a technique that I hadn't thought of. Here's my dirty embossing folder that I will have to go and wash. But yeah, it's just an interesting way of applying the ink to it. Definitely not as heavy-handed as if you were doing it with the ink pad straight onto it. You can't kind of see the two different tones, but that's probably because I've used tones that are too similar. I'm going to have another play with this with another embossing folder as well to see what I can come up with. But it's just, you love different Christmas cards. Yeah, I do too. I very much love the Christmas paper we had this year. This is all the Lights Aglow Designer Series paper, which has sold out. And I did like the Boughs of Holly Designer Series paper as well this year, but they're very traditional colours. And this is nice just to do something a little bit different and, you know, a bit special. So I could use a stamp from the Nature's Print to put inside, which I might do. But they're my cards for tonight. So I hope you guys enjoyed that tonight. Just something a little bit different. And just same same, but totally different colors. Put the split card die on the bottom rather than on the top, and things just look so different just by changing a few little things around. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate people jumping on and watching. And I will see you, what's today, Wednesday? I will see you Friday for my card and a cuppa. And Friday morning I'm going to go live at 10 o'clock in the morning because I've got a Christmas lunch to go to. So rather than trying to rush back and go live at 2, I'll go live at 10 a.m. So I'll see you on Friday at 10 o'clock for card and a cuppa. Thanks guys for watching. Bye for now.